Hi, my name is Iese, and this is my story. I was born in Samoa, and my parents sent me over to New Zealand when I was 14. When I came over to New Zealand, I found it very difficult to adapt to New Zealand life because I was separated from my parents. I had no one to learn from. I was just lost. My bed and my TV were my best friend. That's how lonely I was. I relied heavily on drugs and alcohol just to get me through. At age 26, I met a woman. We got married. We had no idea what we were doing. We would fight at all hours of the night. It was tough. It was hard, and it was violent. And in 3 months, it was all over. I was broken, but I moved on to the next one. And in this relationship, that's where my son was born. And it was the greatest joy in my life. And I thought this was the change for me. But it wasn't to be. I was abusive, I was an alcoholic, and I was a cheater. And 3 months later, it was all over. I thought, is this ever going to change? Or am I going to keep going down the same road over and over again? So in 2013, that's when I met my wife, Margaret. Unfortunately, the same problems that I had in the past relationship was now in this relationship because I was the problem. My wife, Margaret, and I were desperate for change. We even moved to Australia. We thought we'll make new changes, meet new people, make more money, and that's all gonna somehow change us. But a year and a half later, my wife and I got separated. She came back to New Zealand, and I stayed in Australia. So now I was in another country, all by myself. Part of me was saying, you're on your own, go live it up. Go back to your old self. And the other part of me was saying, I love my wife, I love my kids, and I really have to go back and make this thing work. So I came back to New Zealand, really had no plans. And it just so happened that my wife Margaret's cousin was getting baptized at the Potter's house. And we thought, okay, let's go down and support him. And we didn't know that that was going to be the start of something beautiful. Even through the whole mess that I've just described, I was still going to church, but I never really gave my life to Christ. So my wife Margaret and I decided we're going to surrender all that we have to God. We're going to surrender our children. We're going to surrender our marriage. We're going to surrender our lives. Stop doing it our way. We're going to trust God. I had no idea what being a father was, being a leader was, being a husband was. But because I had surrendered my life to Christ, He's put men in my life that I can reference off, people in my life that I can learn from. Countless miracles. I'm talking about healing miracles. And I'm not somebody that's good with finance. I came into this marriage as a poor guy. No money, nothing. But because God has put these men in my life, I was able to learn new things. Even my relationship with my son outside of my marriage, God was able to restore that. He's restored my marriage. He's restored my children and so much more. I found the love that I was looking for. I found the acceptance that I was looking for. A family, respect. My wife can trust me and has the confidence in me to make decisions for our family. My kids now look up to me, not out of fear, but out of love and out of respect. Man, God is so good. What He's done for me, He can do for anyone that's watching right now. He's made those changes in my life, and I believe that He can do the same for you. Surrender your life to Christ.